The way it turned out, this race reminded me of NorCal Cyclist's latest video in which he analyzed a criterium that somebody had sent in to him. This guy crashed like 2 to 3 laps to go, got back on the bike, laid down the watts, got back up to the peloton, got in good position, and won. Hey, cycling community, this is Steve, Grusus the Cycling Greek. Now, I'm not saying that I won this race. Actually, you'll have to wait and see. In between the action, and there was quite a bit of action during this race, I'm going to talk about diets in general, and I'm going to delve into the vegan diet a little bit. But first, let's go over the basics. This race had about 43 people in it. This is category C. I am probably the oldest one out here. A couple months I'll be 69. This is a 13.5-mile race, and there is somebody already sneaking off the front, just kind of rolling off. I couldn't see his power that he is doing, but he didn't look like he was blasting out there. I think he's just kind of sneaking off the front. It's causing the pack to go a little faster. One of the advantages of being old is that you can't do stupid stuff like you did when you were much younger. So when I was much younger, I would have blasted after him in order to have like a 2-man break. Now, I'm just riding wheels, because anything else would be absolutely stupid for me. But not necessarily for someone else. There's somebody that just jumped out to him, actually passing him, so it's making that guy work. A couple more guys are jumping out there. Now, the only way we're going to connect, at least I'm going to connect, is on someone else's wheel. I just don't have the horsepower to be able to jump across and get to those guys. While the pack is chasing their hearts out, and I'm hanging on for dear life, trying to use as little energy as I can just to hang on to these guys' wheels, let's talk about diets. What's the best diet? Whoa, I spoke too soon. Maybe I'm not hanging on for dear life at this point. So it looked like the pack, at least the group I was with, was starting to weaken, and this was starting therefore to look dangerous to me. So I decided to do something about it. I get out there to try to get up to people. Got up to some people. You can see by my picture in the lower left-hand corner that I'm really close to my ugly face. And with good reason, because if you look at the graphics on the right side, I am now in 6th place. And if you look at the graphics or that little insert map in the upper right-hand corner, I'm toward the front. If a couple riders pop off in back of me and form a gap, I could find myself in a breakaway. Now, if I was a younger cycling Greek, I should go to the front and push the pace, kind of like this guy's doing. That was an excellent move. But being an old guy again, I'm just going to ride wheels. If you turn your attention to that little insert map, you'll see that now things are getting split up. It looks like there's about 3 groups forming. Now, that's not necessarily going to stay that way during the entire race. This is pretty early in the race, but it could. It looks like groups 2 and 3 are staying together, kind of. And in our group, we have about 17 people. And there seems to be about a 4 to 5 second gap to the next group behind us. And that's a pretty good sized group in Zwift. So if we let up, they're going to come back to us. So remember to take a look at that map every so often. All right, 10.5 miles to go. We're jumping to the next piece of action. We're going up the volcano climb. You'll notice I'm riding toward the front. I do that to create a little bit of buffer, because when things get tough and then I start to roll back, I could still be with the group. At least that's the plan. It looks like the rest of the peloton's still about 4 or 5 seconds behind us. While we're all pretty tired, at least I am, you have somebody doing an excellent move by attacking right toward the top. Others see this and are going after him. They're hoping to split the group up, so they're going to be in a smaller group, give them a better chance for a better result. We are now starting on 1%. We're going to be hitting 2% now, and now we're up to 4%. This is hurting. I just need to get to the sprint point with everybody else. Right before I cross, I hit my power-up so I can get a new power-up, and hopefully that power-up is going to be a feather power-up, because we have another couple laps to do of this. Back to the diets. You have carnivore diet, you have vegan diet, you have vegetarian diet, you have keto, you have this, you have that. So what's the best one? In my book, it's pretty much whatever works for you. You just got to make sure that you're in energy balance. You don't want to consistently consume more than what you're burning. If you do, subcutaneous fat will start to leak over into your organs and your viscera. That's when problems can start. Back to the action on the screen, because we've had some action while I was talking about diets. That rider out there, that's the director. Now, he's been out there a little bit. We've been letting him burn, at least I have. He is seeing that his move is not eliciting a response, so he comes back into the pack. I just jumped to 8.3 miles to go. We're on a 5% climb, and this is starting to stress me. People are using the feather power-ups. They probably know something I don't. I'm electing to save mine for the volcano. And fortunately, I'm still connected. If you look at the map insert, you'll notice that you don't see that group behind us. They're about 20 seconds plus behind us. I'm jumping ahead again, this time to the volcano climb, lap 2. Back to diets. Now, somebody asked me what I thought about the vegan diet. because they were considering doing that, I would ask them why they were considering doing that. Now, if their answer was for health reasons, then I'd encourage them not to do that, to do maybe something closer to what I'm doing. That is a predominantly plant-based diet focusing on whole and minimally processed foods with lots of fish and chicken and lean meat. Hey, I got my ugly face on and I'm missing the action on the screen. So somebody attacked toward the top when we entered the cave into the volcano, and so now you have this consternation going on. Whoever initiated that move did an excellent job. So this group is going to split up. We're not going to be a group of 17 anymore, and I want to get into that front group, but as you can see, I'm pretty much dying out. People are going past me. I'm trying to get on these guys' wheels, so maybe they can drag me up to the lead group or to some group that was not able to connect with that lead group. I'm not going to be able to contribute much, if at all. My main job is to stay connected to these guys' wheels. Back to the other conversation. If the reason the person wants to go vegan because of the killing of animals, and then I would disregard that to grow the food that many vegans eat, you have to go plow the ground, which will kill moles, voles, ground squirrels, rabbits, insects. But then it becomes a question of how cute does an animal have to be before you won't eat it. I would then encourage that person to research. Because when you're eliminating food from the animal world, then you have to be worried about not only combinations, but how you prepare the food. Because the last thing you want to have happen is encounter what I call the vegan conundrum. And that's where you've been in, let's say, this typical American diet where you're eating a lot of fat, a lot of protein, not a lot of vegetables, and you're just not feeling great, which is prompting you to go toward a vegan diet. You do the vegan diet without research, and then what happens is that you're feeling better. You're feeling a lot better. But then things slowly start to turn. You're not eating enough quality protein. You may not be eating enough quality fats. And the stores that you have built up when you were eating crappy, those are gone. You're not replenishing them with the good stuff. And then all of a sudden, you're saying, this isn't working for me. And then you go back to the way you were eating before. Let me now turn your attention to the insert map in the upper right-hand corner. You'll see that we're split up. I'm the little red dot there. We have our group of 17 is split up. I think there's somebody that's got spit out the back, way back there. But I am trying to, no, I'm not trying. I'm hanging on so these guys can drag me up to these small groups that I've formed. Jumping ahead, we had just started the third and last lap. I'm in a group of 5. The next group is about 11 seconds in front of us, and the next people behind us are about 36, 47 seconds. It was here where I was starting to reach my limit, and I was thinking, maybe I should jump out of this race because it's getting pretty tough. Well, that would have been wrong on so many levels. What I was trying to do then was just trying to survive with this group and not get dropped, because I see in the graphics on the right that the next people are right about 38 seconds behind me. If I get dropped, they'll definitely catch me. Now, some of my chase pack partners, they're feeling a lot better than I am. In fact, you have one guy, Simoes I think is his name, just trying to get away from the group and try and solo in away from us. And seeing that the others are going to let him go, I decided to go do something about it. I must have gotten enough rest from my previous whining incident. Looking below my avatar, I'm getting extra incentive from getting a few meters separation. Curtis comes up with me, and the other two are about 1 second behind us. Curtis makes a most excellent move by attacking through. Even though my bridge took a few bananas out of me, I see that and try to jump after him. With 2.6 miles to go, Gallagher makes the same move. Putting out a big effort like I did and then running into a climb usually spells disaster for me. I'm putting on some big watts, but damn, I'm at the back of the group and there's still more climbing to go. Speeding things up a bit, you'll see that I'm not giving up. You'll also see that Alan has passed up Gallagher, who's now 1 second behind him. We're all split out. You'll also see that each of us are doing what we can to manage our lactate and muscle metabolites. At this point, just a little climb puts me in deficit. Now we get over the top, that descent doesn't last too long, and I'm again at the back of the group. With 2 miles to go, the climbing's pretty much over, and I'm hoping that this will cause the others to slow up a bit so I can reconnect. In another 1/10 of a mile, I finally do. Jumping ahead to a little over 1 mile to go, I've been positioning myself toward the back so I can have a chance to do that one last Hail Mary breakaway. Well, that only works if the pack stays together, which they're not. Whatever breakaway bananas that I had have now turned into chase back up to the group bananas. Gallagher, who was previously sitting back in the group with me, is doing what I wanted to do. He's now up there, and we're chasing him. It's 1K to go, and he's got a huge 3-second lead on us. Realistically, I'm seeing if I can stay connected with these guys to the end, and as a big goal, maybe pass one of them. And the last one's a possibility since everyone else is up the road and there's 2 of us left from our chase group. The only chance I have against Curtis is to catch little bits of respite. Hitting the bridge, I put in my move. I put everything into it. It looks like I'm going to get this, but Curtis starts coming up on me. The finish line comes up before she does. I hope you liked this video and you got something out of it. As always, remember, comment, like, subscribe. The Cycling Greek.